Welcome to the Oracle of July. I'm sharing this Oracle of July with you on this day, the 5th of July, because this is the day where the trinity of eclipse is closing itself with a lunar eclipse. So last month of June we were having our solar eclipse, and this was a special solar eclipse that happens only every, I heard different numbers here, but thousands of years, only every once of thousands of years. There is an alignment not only with the sun, the earth, the moon, but also with the galactic center. And so what the solar eclipse on the 21st of June opened for us was a deep input of the dark light onto this planet. And so it's a deep injection of a mystery at the base of our collective. And so what's happening in a really fast pace is that all structures that are based upon control and fear start to crumble really quickly inside of us. And so as many waves of death have been waving, also waves of birth are starting to come up. And one thing that I want to share about is the base in our body and the base of the collective. Because where before as a humanity we've been walking through life with a contracted base, with a contracted butt. It's almost like big heads walking on a contracted butt. Now after the solar eclipse and this injection of darkness and mystery and rooting ourselves into the unknown, our beings get an opportunity to ground ourselves into a new awareness, into a new way of being moved by life. So where before we were more in the energy of doing as a humanity, now more and more we are invited to lean more back in being done by a deeper intelligence. So ways of how you've been doing in life can suddenly stop working. And I noticed this in my own life, literally on the day of the solar eclipse itself. It was like walking in a wall, and I could feel myself running a pattern that I've been running for many, many years, and suddenly I couldn't do it anymore. Where before I would say yes, I just felt no. So in this month, since the solar eclipse and continuing in July, you might notice where suddenly you want to say no, where before you said yes. Where suddenly you want to say yes, where before you were saying no. And so July is going to invite us into a deeper clarity and into a deeper relationship to our authenticity, into a deeper awareness of the subtleties that our bodies are communicating to us. And it's beautiful because you might notice patterns of wanting to be available for the ones that you love around, or wanting to make sure that the ones around you are doing well, and suddenly becoming aware of all the subtle voices that you've been ignoring inside of yourself, where actually more care and lovingly holding is needed towards yourself. Yeah. So with this deeper unwinding of the base in July, what we can meet in this is deep fears or terror. Like we can meet our grasp on survival, on needing to make a living, on a clinging to safety. And so life is inviting us to drop deeper into these places. And because of the previous waves of death, if we've been enough open to surrender into these waves, we are also now more stable to welcome these deeper layers of fear and terror inside of us. Yeah. So you are not going through these waves by yourself, but actually this lunar eclipse of today, of the 5th of July, is an eclipse that helps a deep shedding, that helps a deeper dropping down into the base. Where the solar eclipse was more an activation of the new, the lunar eclipse goes more to the shedding, a deeper shedding. Yeah. So in this dropping deeper into the base, all we need is a certain willingness or a certain devotion to stay put in whatever feels comfortable in that dropping deeper down. Because when we find that willingness and devotion to stay put in whatever is uncomfortable, we will find a so much deeper stability and rootedness. And it's no longer a need to feel safe and cling to something outside, but it's a deeper rootedness into the core of our being, into the core of life, into the core of the mystery. And with that, in the core of the unknown. Yeah. And in that together we can anchor in this new frequency and this new way of living from a deeper core, inner core stability. So what I've been noticing is where in summer the energy can be really outward, like it's in its full radiance. What I feel like in this summer, I was also sharing last month how the spring has continued to feel like a winter, and how the early days of summer started to feel like a spring. I feel this summer like a less outgoing summer, but more like a being held in the warmth of summer on this side of the globe. And I'm not on the other side of the globe, but I'm imagining as on the other side of the globe you're moving into a winter, that there can be a similar holding, only that of winter and going more inwards. I feel here on this side of the globe it's a similar holding of the warmth of summer. So still I feel there is a strong inward energy that is waving, strong inward energy that keeps on inviting us to screen and audit inside of our beings what wants to be let go of, what wants to be expressed. And there is this like new precision in that is cultivating and crystallizing. So I feel as we're moving into this month of July, there is a certain sensitivity, also with this full moon, a certain sensitivity that is opening, where we can sense things that we might not have sensed before, and where we can be aware more of the unseen realms and of the subtle layers of energy. And so in that, you are called also to deepen your psychic abilities and to deepen your trust in whatever you're sensing that cannot be seen. Yeah, and with that you are invited into the priestess qualities inside of you. And so I feel excited to share that next week or the week after that. I'm going to share a transmission together with Sophie Josephina around women initiating men. And it's all around how women can like share their intuitive gift and calling men into that space of sensitivity, of devotion, of clarity, of initiation. And so I feel really excited that we'll be sharing that with you very soon. Yeah. Finally, I would love to share that actually on the same day that I'm sharing this with you, we're also starting the Temple of Death together with Sia Oheka and Winter Jade Isley and altogether we are 44 souls in this temple, and I feel that there is such a deep longing to die on this planet, to such a deep longing to shed and to open into that phoenix energy of like completely dissolving into ashes and rising into the new. Yeah. Beautiful. So just let me know how this lands for you, and if you have any other clarities around the month of July, I would love to hear from you. Also, if you feel like you want to share some different perspectives on what I've been sharing, it's also really, really welcome. Wish you a beautiful day or night, depending where you are in the world.